Yes.
So it's been something like I remember I was laying in bed one night and it was just something that it was just calling me to do. And it was like it was screaming at me. I was telling my wife, like, I just can't get it out of my head. It just keeps replaying. She's like, that's maybe something you should probably, do. Talk to Dan and see if maybe that's something you guys could set up. So,
Well, you're definitely not alone, man. I've been looking into this, or into the Tai Chi and Qigong, a lot for physical and mental,
mhm.
that same stuff. Yeah. Sorry,
It's
Dan.
important.
Both
Yeah, for
quit
sure.
bitching. Quit bitching about it. Rub some dirt on it. Get back to work.
Right. I've been doing. That's
So,
what got me here, Dan.
and that's been my mindset my entire time. Just like put it away, lock it up, deal with it, and then never open it again and just move on. I mean, I
Freak
was
out on
trained that
people.
way. Yeah, pretty much.
Ah! They're like, "Whoa, this thing is that big." Yeah, but it's been building up.
Right.
That one crumb just toppled it.
Mm. Oh, mental fragility. Gotta love it. It's a trained energy, guys. It's Eric's right. You gotta release it. You gotta exercise the positive. Especially when someone takes your Sharpie and you don't have a Sharpie on your desk anymore.
You just snap.
It's time for someone to get beat up, that's for sure.
Is that flamingos on your shirt, Dan?
Mickey's.
Mickey's. I can't.
There might be flamingos. I have no idea.
Uh,
No, just Mickey's and flowers. Just Mickey's and flowers.
uh, the flowers are what probably looks like flamingos.
All right. Let's share wins or celebrations or just something you're dang proud of. Or we can sit here
Mm,
quietly, awkwardly, indefinitely.
I didn't let my intrusive thoughts of going boogie boarding while it was storming here because there's a big old wave on our street happen.
That doesn't sound like a win to me.
No, but I'm not swept away in a
That sounds
flash
just
flood.
like
So
sadness. Sadness.
I didn't get struck by lightning picking up those signs last night.
That's the win. How did your open house go?
Zero people. I ended up leaving there, I think at like 6:40 because it was a real bad storm.
Oh, because the storm. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
definitely cause some.
Nobody was showing up that last 20 minutes.
No, I would. The storm probably kept people from going. Period. So, well,
But that house was hot.
that's weird.
It got all the way up to 85.
The AC was set to 78, so I don't know why it's. Did it cool
Yeah.
down for you?
No, it got up to 85.
What the hell?
Yeah, not good.
All right.
I connected Sam with a potential buyer.
There we go. That's it. Quietness. I like it. Let's talk about deals.
got any more?
What's the most important thing for you to do in a deal?
Protect your client.
Protect your
Yeah.
client. And how do you do that better? What is
By
the
keeping their best interest above all else.
That's a fiduciary, yeah, right there. Fiduciary.
Watch what you say and document everything.
There's another one like document everything. I like that.
And accountability. Well, I guess we could just say all the fiduciary duties.
Yeah, there's a whole boatload of You can say there's a carload of fiduciary responsibilities.
No,
Anyone catch the joke? No? Get out of here.
car. They're in the car.
No, carload is the acronym you learned to understand the fiduciary responsibilities of the real estate agent. Confidentiality, accounting, right? Car. What's the R?
Reasonable skill and care.
Thank you, Max. Reasonable skill and care. The L,
Loyalty.
loyalty, right? O, obedience.
Obedience.
Obedience. A, accounting again. D,
Disclosure.
disclosure.
Yeah.
Right. That's why you said there's a carload of fiduciary responsibilities.
Well, Max is newer out of real estate school.
No, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Max studied, Max remembered. Max gets a gold star.
Hey, bro. I
Not
got
that Max.
a
other
good
Max.
memory up here, all right?
Max Contreras came out of the blue with reasonable skill and care. And you guys had plenty of time to Google it while we were talking. I don't know anyone, no one did. I thought Stephanie was
Was it-
going to try.
Well, I thought it was old car. That's what I
Yeah, I
remember.
thought it was old car.
Old carload. Both sides.
But yeah, either way, you got double A's on carload, but accountability could be doubled.
Yeah, accounting and accountability. Carload is what I learned because it's the older version. Confidentiality, accounting, reasonable care, loyalty, obedience, accountability, and disclosure. Timeline integrity. Who's responsible for the timeline?
You.
Right? How do we keep timelines intact?
Communication and
Yeah.
document.
Documents and communications. How many times should you remind people of timelines?
Every day, or at least every other day.
Right.
All the time.
All right, let's say you're a 10 house a year agent. You sold 10 houses that year. What are the odds that you have a client that sells more houses than you in a year?
Pretty high.
Eric, you have a client that sells more than 10 houses a year?
Yeah, but they're not licensed here.
I'm firing you, Eric. This is why you struggle mentally, is because you come up with these wild gooses to chase.
Don't hate me because my dad dropped me on my head.
No. I love you for that. God says love the broken and damaged.
Oh, I'm definitely broken and damaged.
Amen.
We all are. But you're probably doing this more frequently than your clients are, which means you probably know what's happening more than they do. How many times have you been in a situation where you knew what was happening and how it should go, and you assumed the other person did too?
I'm guilty of that.
Right? My wives out there, how many times have you assumed your husband understood what you were talking about? Or knew what you wanted? I would like you all to assume the opposite. They have no idea what's happening. They have no idea what's coming next. They have no idea what's expected of them. How do you make a referable experience? You give them the expectations. You show them, hey, this is what needs to happen. Here's all the great stuff. There is not this, oh, well, my clients know. They probably know the house better than you do because they spent more time on Zillow looking at it. They've researched what the seller paid for it 5 years ago, and now they're wondering why they have to pay more than they did. But they don't
I
know.
have one that beats me to research every single time.
Yeah. But they don't know the process. What's going to happen next? So for you to look out for your clients, for you to be the best fiduciary you can be, spend the time to sit down and say, hey, this is what's going to happen next. This is what to expect. Here's what I'm going to do when it happens. Then it almost feels like you're orchestrating a concert and everyone's just following their roles, and then the music sounds great. And I'm an audiophobe, so I love music. I love the sounds. I love classical music. And it only works when everyone's in tempo. It only works when everyone's on the same sheet of music. It only works when everyone plays their part. If someone's out of tune, if someone's out of touch, or someone's out of step, you can tell. As a real estate professional, you can stress out over the timelines. You can stress out over the expectations. You can stress out over everything. Or you can learn what you can and cannot control. The elements at which you have influence or don't. And then make sure the things that you can control are absolutely controlled.
Dan, may I share something on that? I mentioned to you guys that there was an appraisal class the other day, and I don't know how many of you have seen this, but what, in at least in Arizona, what they're appraising isn't changing, but the forms are, and I assume this is because they're federal forms, I'm pretty sure, because they go to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Anyway, point is, it's taking them, what appraisers said once they finish, take 2 to 3 hours normally. Starting out using these new forms is taking them 10 at least to learn it and get started. And so they're going to be much slower in appraisals. This is supposed to go into effect by the beginning of November. So they were just warning us this exact thing. We need to prep our people that the timeline is going to need to be longer. Plus, there's a bunch of appraisers saying that I'm not going to deal with this new 3.6 form. And supposedly they asked for like 3,000 data points. They asked for a lot more photos, and it's going to be asking a lot more of us as agents to provide a lot more information. So if you guys haven't seen this, Derek Polder is offering a new Zoom on that. So just FYI, seemed kind of important. Because he's like, a 30-day close is going to be really tight with this new appraisal form, at least in the short term, because it's taking them a while to learn how to do it.
Do you have that Zoom invite?
Yeah. Can I put it in the WhatsApp?
Yes, please.
Y'all ask me for way too much. Here's your permission. Act. If you got something you want to share, share it. You got something you want to provide, provide it. You got some value, put it out there. You don't need my approval. If there's a class you want to go to it. If you find like there'll be value there, there'll be value there. But Mara is absolutely right. Knowing the changes and understanding how they're going to affect the timeline is important.
Well, I have a feeling all of my stuff is going to close November, December. So.
Good. I'm glad it's November, December now, because it was January and then December. So you're moving it back. So let's get in there and get it all closed
Well,
out.
hopefully October 1st is actually the realistic, but anyway, yeah. I do have a question though, as far as like kind of what we're talking about with timelines and advice. I know someone who's struggling with getting their pre-qual done, and they seem set on dealing with it through a specific bank. And I've tried to get them repeatedly over, and now they're getting stressed out, but I've been trying to get them repeatedly over to Steve, especially after they're expressing stress with getting their pre-qual done. Again, pushing them back. Hey, just call Steve. It'll, we can totally take care of this. It's not worth stressing yourself out over. What do you do when they won't heed your advice?
Fire them.
I've also started what Dan taught us to do was ask if it's okay to put them in a group chat with Steve and just talk about he's so great about talking about the whole budget picture. And, you know, it just really helps because he can then reach out directly and they're already connected via text.
Yeah, I've asked for that, and I've just gotten kind of every time I've tried to get us with Steve just to get this, because it's been 2 weeks and she's getting stressed out because the things that she was looking at 2 weeks ago are no longer on the market, and she's feeling defeated. But we have to get this prequal done first because there's also some concern as to what we're actually going to pre-qualify for and the amount. As far as coming in maybe a little bit lower than we anticipated. And so I really need that number before we go super shopping. But every time I try to push back to Steve or get us in a group text or even just have her give him a call to answer questions, you know, I just get radio silence. So I'm wondering if I shouldn't maybe try to make an appointment to sit down with her and not necessarily put her on the spot, but see if I can't get her in a group text with him that way.
I went through this very same thing, Ollie, and for my client, they just had to go through it and then learn kind of the hard way, and then before they became willing. But that was just my experience, and then they did, and we got them a higher pre-qual with the mortgage broker, and now they found better properties that they really want, and they're still sitting on their hands. So I feel you. We can't figure it out, and it's where are we being pussy or not pussy enough?
Right. Like I don't want to beat the dead horse, but if we're feeling defeated, I'm trying to, my job is to be helpful. I don't want my clients to feel defeated. I don't want them to feel stressed. That's for me. I'll feel defeated and stressed so that they have a good experience.
Are we telling them or are we asking them?
First it was asking, after the defeated conversation, it was kind of a, look how much you have done in the last 2 weeks. You're doing everything right. Just please, if you're stressed, just call Steve. We'll get this buttoned up in the next few days and we can go shopping this weekend.
So
And then I got nothing.
You know what? I feel your frustration in the houses that you liked left. How can we avoid that? What's keeping you from talking to Steve or any other lender to get this approval ironed out so that we can get you under contract on the house you like?
That's good. I think that's a good angle.
You guys know what a good angle is? This chunker butts. He's in here having his breakfast and he's overly excited. Hi. Say hi, Duck. Hi, Duck. So when you ask those questions, you get people emotionally involved in the response, right? What's keeping you from doing it? I can't help you if you don't tell me where you're at. I don't want you to be frustrated. I want you to get the house you want, but I don't want you to be in a position of disappointment and frustration. And how can we resolve that? Well, I should probably talk to Steve. Yeah, well, let me set up a group chat. Let's get it done.
Do you think, because text message and phone calls, that's where the conversation kind of dies? Do you think I should maybe try to do face-to-face?
Have you done a group chat?
No.
Start there. Pretty simple.
Just add her? Just put them both in a group chat and introduce each other?
Yeah. You guys are overthinking it. John, meet Steve. Steve, meet John. John is looking for a place near us, plus he needs the expertise of a master like you, Mr. Steve. Good morning, John. Nice to meet you over text, and you have some time early this afternoon? We could set up a time to talk. Please let me know how your schedule looks, and if not today, this weekend or early next week works as well. I have some time this afternoon around 11. That should work perfectly. Do you want to call me, or do you want me to call you? Just give me a buzz. You're overthinking it. The group chat does two things. One, it connects you directly to somebody in a manner that most people communicate. Right now, if you all got a phone call, would you answer it? Probably not. I wouldn't even get it because my do not disturb is on. It's going straight to voicemail. Unless it's my wife, but my wife was just in here, so I doubt she's going to call me. Unless she gets locked outside, then I'm getting up and walking away from the computer. But if I got a text message, you think I'm going to read it? How about you? Are you going to read it? What about
Yeah.
a puppy jumping into your seat again? Right? We may ignore phone calls because I know, Holly, you love phone calls. You don't like the texts. You find them to be impersonal. You like the voice to voice because that is how you connect better. And in person is even better than that. But
Yes.
busy lives, and lives sometimes don't have the space for trivial things like getting pre-approved to the house you want to buy. Although you and I see that as a very important step to the journey, buyers that have never done this before don't understand how important it is. I think the text message is the easiest way to connect somebody because it breaks down the barrier. If you say, hey, here's my lender's phone number, give them a call when you're ready, they'll never make the phone call. Why? Because people are afraid of the answer. They're afraid to get the news like, oh, I'm so sorry, your credit is dog water. You can't afford a hot dog at Costco. If someone pays for it for you. People are afraid of what they find out. Numerous times in my career, I've had people that have ghosted me on buy side because they were afraid to talk to the lender because they were afraid what they'd hear.
Or they also think it's an obligation.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be what is kind of happening is that she's maybe feeling like I'm trying to obligate her to contact Steve instead of going through what she has in her head is B of A. And so when I
think, talk to someone that I know has a lot more experience in B of A, get some information and make a decision. You're under no obligation to use any of them. I want you to be comfortable and I want you to have all the information you need to make a well-informed decision. Right? I've got a buyer today I'm showing a house to, and the first conversation we're going to have after the pleasantries is, hey, I got a call from Rocket Mortgage. They said that you're pre-approved. How open are you to talking to a local lender that can probably do this process a little faster?
Well, also another, they're a resource. They deal with multiple transactions a day with different agents and stuff like that. So they have a better pulse on the market than say a B of A or Rocket Mortgage lender has. And you can use that angle as well as having the lender be able to help provide them with appropriate value and all of that stuff. I mean, we've got some home under contract for a buyer, and Steve basically, let us know that it's essentially underpriced now. They were overpriced for quite a bit. I think they went underpriced to try to gain some traction on getting offers, and it didn't work out so well for them. But we won the contract, and we're moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. I think it kind of boils down to like repainting the picture for her and then put her in the group chat and then kind of step out.
Well, and I mean, I don't know about her particularly, but a lot of my clients, I've basically discussed with them that, we want you in the best position possible to move forward without any hiccups. And I don't know, in my experience, most B of A or bigger banks, they don't take that time to make sure they're prepared if there's some credit issues or anything. I just let them know that this gives us time to work on it and fix it beforehand, and just making sure you're in a good position when you're ready to move forward.
Yeah.
And there's, no obligation.
Love that. That's a great
Yeah,
way of
I really like that. Yeah.
Because the thing is once they start working with them, it turns in from obligation to, oh wow, this guy's ready to take care of me.
Yeah.
You know.
And it doesn't have to be Steve. It doesn't have to be Sam. It doesn't have to be anybody.
If you've got a lending partner that you like, that you trust, lean into them. There is no iron law that says you have to use this person regardless of the people you're dealing with. No, I know some people don't like Steve, they like Brian. And I know some people don't like Brian and they like Sam. You like the name Brian? Hate the name Brian. Jess hates Brian's. That's why I've never hired. Notice there's never been a Brian on the call. Right? Although I love Jessica's because I'm married to one. It's my favorite name out there. And there's a lot of you. I collect you guys. Like you can my army of Jessicas. And it's one of my favorite jokes possible. Every
It's
time
me, Jessica.
Holly knew it. She's heard it. Every time my wife pays for something, she hands me her card and I hand the card to the cashier and they look at me funny because it says Jessica and I look at them and go, "It's me, Jessica." But when you're creating that relationship with your buyer and the process, like we talked about, is integrity of the process, tell them what to expect, what's going to happen next. A lot of people may, like you said, Holly, feel the obligation to anchor into that one person they've talked to, but they also might not know. Go back to the assumption that they don't know. Tell them you can talk to multiple lending people. This isn't like Walmart. You don't just get to pick a loan off the shelf and that's it. No, it's a negotiation in itself. You want to find the best rate, the best fees, the best service. Probably in that order.
Because you're shopping.
Loyalty has got a price tag.
And the best fit.
Because you're shopping until you sign that loan agreement, it's not a contractual obligation.
You're shopping. You should shop your rate. Right? I learned this. My mom refinanced her house. This was 2017, 16, 17, maybe 18. With Rocket Mortgage. Not that I'm not talking bad about Rocket Mortgage. This is a factual event. And she refinanced. Her payment went down because she got a better interest rate, which was great. They came to the house. They signed all the paperwork. It was very easy for her. It cost her $7,900 to refinance her house with Rocket Mortgage. Actually, no, it was $9,000. It was $9,000. 90. And then a few years later, working with Steve now, Steve goes, "Yeah, I could do that. It would be like $4,500. Same thing. Paperwork to the house, everything. But I tell you, it's like there are different expenses. Like that's all I ever knew until I got deeper into the real estate game and the money game. When it happens to be what you know, Rocket Mortgage is Rocket Mortgage. That's all I know. Right? That's all I've ever known. I've used them before. I've used B of A before. I've used Wells Fargo before. That's all I know. And I'm going to continue to stay in that because that's all I know. Well, assume they don't know anything and provide them a resource. Hey, here is an alternative. Would you be open, right? We go back to our exactly what to say book is how open would you be? How open-minded are you to talking to a different lending professional, getting some information that can help you make a well-informed decision?
Because they already assume stuff, right? This is the only place they can go. This is what the rates are going to be no matter what. This is the best place.
Yeah, they do. They assume that's where they're going to be, and it's not. The reality is you want to get multiple things. So
Did
I hope
anybody?
I have a question.
you should ask 30 minutes ago.
Do they check your rate and does your rate change when you get a check? How does that go?
I don't know what you're asking.
Does it affect your rate when you go to different lenders?
Yeah,
I think that's some people.
every lender has a different rate.
You mean rate or
I'm
credit
sorry.
score?
But
Credit score. I'm
I mean, check your credit.
yeah.
Your credit score go down? Yeah.
So every time you get a different lender, your credit score goes down when they check it.
Sometimes, not always, but I'll tell you one thing. If you're shopping for a mortgage, all of the inquiries while you're shopping for a mortgage, all reset back to one inquiry because it's a consumer-based loan. Just like shopping for student loans. Student loans and mortgage are the only two that consolidate all of your inquiries into one. I think car sales used to, or they may still, but there was some change there too.
As long as it's in a certain amount of time in the
I
window.
think it's 90 days.
Cars don't anymore. I found that out recently.
Yeah, so but that's the thing is you can even argue that too, Eric. I'd go fight your battles, but guys, I hope you learned something today and create that. Assume they don't know anything, provide them the resources, help them understand the next steps so that you can provide a valuable service and protect your client. Group chats, open-ended questions, asking them what's in the way, provide them with guidance.
Did anybody see that headline or news article, I think a week or so ago, week and a half ago or something, about, I think it was, I want to say 85% of consumers overpaid for their mortgage? Because they just went to one option.
I did not see that one, but that is good to know. Thank you. I have to
Yeah,
look
that
up
is,
and use
that's
that.
great.
Use that.
All right, guys, I have to get to the next call. I hope you learned something today.